Dyer is an Orthodox Christian, and he uses the Transcendental argument for God's existence. It's called TAG. It asserts that abstract, universal realities like the laws of logic, objective morality, and the uniformity of nature cannot exist in a purely materialistic universe, meaning a transcendent, rational mind, God, must exist to make reason and knowledge possible. This is a good argument, I think, but I believe that Jay is missing out. I can think of about 25 arguments for God's existence. I will share these in the description to this video. I think probably my favorite arguments are the cosmological argument, the argument from design, the moral argument, and the argument for the resurrection of Christ. And I'm concerned about something Jay said in a video. He said that God created logic. Okay, and I think that there's a problem with the claim that God created logic. To claim that God created logic is self-contradictory because the very act of creating already presupposes logic. Creation involves intelligibility, order, distinction, causality, and meaningful action, all of which depend upon logical principles. If logic did not already exist in some sense, then statements such as God created logic would themselves have no coherent meaning, since the claim relies upon the laws of identity and non-contradiction in order to even be expressed or understood. One cannot rationally speak of God deciding, willing, or acting prior to logic because decision, will, and action are all intelligible only within a logical framework. If logic were created, then before its creation there would be no difference between truth and falsehood, coherence and incoherence, or even between God creating logic and not creating logic. The statement therefore destroys the very conditions required for it to be meaningful. Logic is not a created object external to God, nor an arbitrary invention, but an eternal aspect of rational intelligibility inseparable from God's own nature. I'll go ahead and conclude this video.